Some changes in the rankings after the UFC 318 card of the weekend in the lightweight division. Max Holloway moves to number 4 position. Since Poirier retired, he's out of the rankings, and now Joel Alvarez enters the rankings at 155. In the middleweight division, Brandon Allen, after his win over Marvin Vettori, moves to number 10. Marvin Vettori slides to number 11 after the loss to Allen. Paulo Costa, after beating Kopylov, goes up to number 11 as well, tied with Vettori, and Roman Kopylov drops to number 15. Daniel Rodriguez enters the welterweight rankings after that win via decision over Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland is now out of the welterweight rankings. In the featherweight division, Patricio Pitbull moves up to the number 11 position after his victory over Dan Ige, who falls to number 14. And after his victory over Kyler Phillips, Vinicius Oliveira moves up a couple spots to number 13 position in the bantamweight division.
Day 59. I'm out. With my beautiful wife. Supportive. Man, that was a long journey, and it's not over because I still can't really walk. Reteach myself to do that, among many other things. I guess I can make light of it because it was me, and I don't really remember it. But Amy, how close was I to die?
Too close a few times.
Oh man. I don't remember 35 days of this journey. But the last, I think surgery was 24, 25 days ago. It was hard. It was hard. And I said this already in one of the videos, but the support you guys gave me, whether it was setting a GoFundMe, whether it was helping my kids and wife get through it, I had friends come from all over the country to just hang out for a couple of days. It meant so much. It was so great to just have all the support and all the love. And hopefully I'm not in this situation again for a really, really, really long time. I plan on living a while. So thank you guys again. All the positive support, all the comments online. Everything means so much. Love you guys.
Next month's pay-per-view needs a co-main event. It's TBD versus TBD right now. Bilal Muhammad says he has a fight coming up, so some people presume maybe he could be on this card because he's from Chicago. He wanted to fight Usman, but I don't think Usman would take a short notice fight like that, but a guy like Ian Gary might. Dana White's supposed to be going live with an announcement on Instagram later, so something maybe that'll be the co-main event of UFC 319, or maybe announcing something like Aspinall versus Gane, or Marab versus Sandhagen, or JDM versus Madalena, 3 fights which are expected to headline upcoming pay-per-views. Maybe 320 Marab, maybe 321 Tom Aspinall, and 322 Islam Makhachev, or something like that. Khabib has an interesting take on Khamzat Chimaev versus DDP, which centers around Khamzat using his striking for the sake of energy conservation, as well as because he's better in that area, according to Khabib, who says, I personally would advise Khamzat to strike with him. If you're going to put them in straight boxing, Khamzat's better. You can try and force things early in the first 2 rounds, but if you don't get a finish, you're going to burn a lot of energy. Khamzat hasn't been in the championship rounds. On the other hand, that guy, Dricus, has got real experience. DDP's last 3 fights have been scheduled for 25 minutes. 2 of them went the full 25, both of them against Strickland, and the other fight against Adesanya, he went almost 4 complete rounds. Khamzat's had 14 fights, 14 wins, 9 wins in the first round, 3 wins in the second round, and 2 fights went the distance. In those 2 fights, he had a great first round. In the second round, he slowed down in both of those fights against Usman and Burns. And in the Burns fight, he lost the second round on all of the scorecards. The UFC Perth card on September 28th has added 4 fights. Sterling versus Bellato in the light heavyweight division. Choi versus Santos at featherweight. In the bantamweight division, Thickness versus Musasa. And in the strawweight division, Luke Bumi versus Alexia Thainara. Former UFC fighter Jessica Rose Clark fighting in Diddy Boxing 3 at the end of next month in Miami, Florida. Also on that card is former UFC fighter Rosenstruik versus Perez. That's actually the heavyweight title fight which headlines the card. Janatza Deniz is going to be taking on Mario Pinto on October 11th. That's in Rio. Deniz is coming off a victory over Alvin Hines by decision, and Mario Pinto is coming off a knockout victory over Austin Lane. Brock Lesnar's daughter, Maya Lesnar, is a shot put champion, NCAA shot put champion, but there's some interest in her fighting Frank Mir's daughter, Bellamere, according to Bella.
The amount of, and that's funny you say that about Maya Lesnar. The amount of people that have asked me if I want to fight her and do the Brock Lesnar Frank Mir trilogy, but in daughter form. I'm like, man, if Dana ever, I know Dana would 100% promote that if Maya was fighting. So yeah, if Maya Lesnar, if you're ever hearing this, you should train, and we could just like have a little fight, because that would be awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that? Just train for like a year. I mean, she's athletic, like she'll get it down. She just trains for a year. I mean, that would be insane, honestly. Maybe the universe was kind of just, they knew that her and I were gonna finish that trilogy fight, so they didn't have our dads finish it. Cause that would be awesome. I mean, I definitely, I think I would be more hyped for that than anyone watching it, honestly.
Jose Medina takes on Dushko Todorovic at UFC Noche on Saturday, September 13th in San Antonio, Texas. Both guys have lost 3 in a row. Both guys lost to Zach Reese by decision during that period. That was Todorovic's last fight. But Medina is mostly known as a guy who can just take a lot of punishment. He ain't winning any fights in the UFC, but he can take a whole lot of punishment. But that was pushed to the limit and beyond in his last fight against Gauthier, who knocked him out because Gauthier has some ridiculous power. It was like a weird science experiment type of fight by the UFC. See how hard Gauthier can hit and see how much Medina can take. Johnny Eblen obviously not happy losing his belt to Van Steenis and taking his first loss of his MMA career, and it happening with 9 seconds left in the fight. I want a rematch ASAP is what Eblen says. I find it interesting Van Steenis doesn't want to run it back immediately. Champs accept rematches because it validates their claim to the throne. Me making a fatal error doesn't make you a better fighter. It just makes you a lucky one. If you think you're better, let's run it. And finally, he adds, I was a 3-year reigning champ, winning the fight till the very last 10 seconds. If that doesn't warrant an automatic rematch, I don't know what does.
2 weeks before the fight, I lose my California ID. The way I lose it is I was going through some crazy toxic shit with some crazy female, and I just so happened to leave my wallet and my jewelry at her crib, and I had to get the fuck out of there at the time. So I forgot my shit, you know. So I had to negotiate. Literally, I turned into the president of the United States and had to negotiate with a straight terrorist, bro. You know what I mean? So, so I'm like, I had to bribe the bitch. Like, yo, look, I will pay you a month. I'll pay your rent if you bring me back my shit, girl. Like, I gotta fucking fight. I gotta go make more money. I gotta get on this motherfucking plane. So she ends up bringing back my wallet and my jewelry, but she broke the watch, broke my Versace glasses, and
I like those glasses.
And I know me too. And took the ID out of my wallet, dropped off the shit, took the money, and bounced. So
We had no idea.
no, I didn't have no ID. But luckily, I got a white dude in my corner. I got a white dude in my corner. He's like, don't worry, we will handle this.
We got it.
Right? So, sure enough, he was everything.